Alright, so many years ago, the diabolical they of Hollywood, were talking about making a sequel to the movie Twins, and I'm pretty sure it just happened. Twins 2. Central Intelligence. And not to stay on the point too long, but I'm just saying, when you have the biggest men in Hollywood and the littlest men in Hollywood teaming up together, you're now going to be compared to twins. So Central Intelligence stars Dwayne Johnson. I'm trying not to call him The Rock because he doesn't call himself The Rock anymore. So it's Dwayne Johnson and Kevin Hart. And in high school, Kevin Hart was super cool. He was the master of everything. He was the homecoming king. He was super popular. Dwayne Johnson's character was not popular. He was very unpopular. He got picked on. He was fat. When they illustrate this at the beginning of the movie, it's a super hard scene to watch. But all right, a couple decades later, now this dude becomes this dude, and this dude stays the exact same. So The Rock and Kevin Hart meet up again. All right, I'm gonna call him The Rock apparently. They meet up again and ultimately get wrapped up in a spy action comedy because The Rock works for the CIA. People are trying to kill him. People are trying to arrest him. Kevin Hart's caught in the middle of it. And now you have another buddy cop movie, but it's not like cop. It's CIA cops. Totally different. Getting it out of the way right now, Kevin Hart and The Rock work really well together. They're quite awesome. They have great chemistry. You can just tell they're having a lot of fun filming together. They have outtakes at the end of the movie during the end credits, and you can tell right there, you're like, these two probably hang out. Kevin Hart totally has that Metro, like, oh, I can't. He reminds me of like if Keegan-Michael Key went into the dryer and came out like smaller and slightly darker. Is that racist? Physically, Kevin Hart's just a darker man. The Rock's character, I was on the razor's edge with him for a little bit. I was like, are you annoying or are you like really cool? He's more on the lines of annoying. The dude is like a big kid, and like there's that part, is like, I saw you get bullied at the beginning of this movie, so I'm glad you got past it, but he's still just recessed in his head. He's still just like a big child. He's very intrusive. The dude is like a hurricane coming into Kevin Hart's life, and you understand that Kevin Hart wants no part of it. And that maybe the movie's being successful in what it's trying to do, but you can't help but kind of put on the brakes for The Rock. You're like, dude, back up. And among some of the laughs and the chemistry between Kevin Hart and The Rock, ultimately you have a movie that wants to be cooler than it is because it's just kind of messy. It's like everything that happens in this movie is happening for the sake of getting Kevin Hart and The Rock into some shenanigans again. But one, it's what movies like this do, so you've seen it 100 times before. And two, it's just blatantly obvious. Priority one should be having a great movie and then building everything around that. It's like everything that works in this movie is because I have a soft spot for people who get bullied, and I like to see them overcome the bullies. And that whole element of it is great. You want to see the kid who got bullied in high school become The Rock. And now you do, and you're like, oh dude, that's awesome. You totally got past it. But he still has his issues because, I mean, like I said, he's an obnoxious man-child. But that really only carries a movie like this so far before you're like, all right, I'm kind of past it. I want to see a good movie. I want to enjoy myself a little more. Guys, in the end, Central Intelligence, you can see the trailer and you know exactly the kind of movie it's gonna be. You have your laughs, you have some great chemistry between Kevin Hart and The Rock. It really does feel like a friendship of sorts. But sometimes the movie was a bit annoying for a few different reasons throughout the movie. Whether it be the messy plot that's also a cliched plot, to the predictability of the plot, to the overall aimlessness of the plot that ultimately serves as a runway for Kevin Hart and The Rock to just do shit. I will say Central Intelligence has some laughs, but in the end, it would be a better time if you're drunk. Yeah, now it's a party. Remember, good time if you're drunk doesn't mean unenjoyable. There's enjoyment in here. Paying full price. And for your listening pleasure, this video is brought to you by Audible. I'm laughing because it's almost like every YouTuber hits their sponsorship all at the same time, so you guys get blasted with it. It cracks me up. There's a link below to audible.com/John, so you can get yourself a free 30-day trial of Audible. That's like 250,000 audiobooks in their library. It's exponentially growing and getting insane. Listen to some Origins, Neil deGrasse Tyson. I'm on a big Neil deGrasse Tyson kick. When it comes to audiobooks, I like listening to science like it's in a lecture hall or something like that. That's just how I roll. That's how I do. Most importantly, thanks for watching. I love you all. All right, guys, so Central Intelligence, have you seen it? What did you think about it? Or what's your favorite buddy comedy, cop or otherwise? Whatever it is, whatever you think, comment below, let me know. And as always, if you like what you've seen here and you want to see more, click right here to see more.